Hey everybody out there, it's Terry Wellbanks from Event Banks MMA and Warrior Fight Store Whitby. I'm sitting in my new area in the store. We just redesigned the whole thing. We did some construction on it, so it looks pretty cool in here. If you're from the GTA, you should definitely come in and check it out. Basically, I want to do a quick video in regards to the whole Alistair Overeem situation, who I think he should be fighting, who deserves a fight, who doesn't deserve a fight, and kind of just cover my view on it and my opinion on it. Now, my opinion on steroids or high levels of testosterone, I think there's a couple of guys out there that really do need it. Dennis Hallman being the main one. I genuinely feel like he needs this to survive. And if you're taking TRT for that reason, then I'm totally for it. If you're taking TRT to look like a Street Fighter character, then I probably wouldn't recommend doing it. And unfortunately, that's kind of exactly what Alistair did. You can't be surprised when these people pop up on these things, especially a guy that literally looks like the Incredible Hulk. People just don't naturally get like that. There's no absolutely no way, no supplement in the world is going to make you that big. You have to be taking something extracurricular, and that's obviously what happens. So, as unfortunate it is that Alistair isn't going to be fighting Junior Dos Santos, because I speak, for myself, and I think I speak for a ton of people when I say that we were all really excited for this fight, and we were definitely looking forward to it. Now, there's a lot of different matchups out there that I think Alistair or Junior should look at as a possibility, and obviously he's not the one that's going to make the decision. Ultimately, Dana and Joe and Lorenzo are going to make those calls. But I think I think now that he announced that Frank Mir is fighting Cain Velasquez, I think this leaves the door wide open. There's two names that are really coming to the forefront right now: Mark Hunt, and then you've got Dan Henderson. Now Dan Henderson is a small light heavyweight at best. Him coming up to heavyweight to use his title shot that he's got, I think would be great for fans to see Dan compete in these three different divisions. I think it opens a lot of doors for him, especially if he can go in there and win. I think he shocks the world, kind of like Randy did when he won the belt in heavyweight. So definitely, I like Dan Henderson a ton. I think he could do very well. I think that his move up to heavyweight could be a really good thing or catastrophic for his career. Nobody will know. Dan's obviously old enough and wise enough that he can make his own decisions, and if he decides to go to heavyweight, I definitely support that. Now, should he get a title shot right away at heavyweight? Probably not. But again, if he wants to step in there with Junior Dos Santos and probably have about 30 to 40 pounds a disadvantage in weight, and he thinks maybe he can make up for that with his speed and his big right, then all the power to him, and I hope he does. I hope he does well. Junior's obviously going to be prepared for whoever it is, but. And then there's this rally for Mark Hunt. Everybody is behind Mark Hunt and wants him to get the title shot. I love Mark Hunt. I picked him to beat Congo. I think I might have been one of the very few people in the world that did. I definitely I had him by stoppage, so I'm a huge Mark Hunt fan. I've been for a long time, and it's just unfortunate to me that he's kind of being thrust into this position by the fans, because I genuinely feel like I understand Mark's not the youngest cat that's fighting in the division, but I also understand that if you're going to put Mark Hunt up against Junior Dos Santos with very little time for Mark to prepare, I think it's a very tough fight for Mark. This isn't a movie. This isn't Warrior. The brother's not going to come from obscurity and win a big $1 million tournament. Like, he's going in there against Junior Dos Santos, and I think people seem to be getting lost in the fray as to just how good Junior Dos Santos is. He's an elite striker, great grappler, and I think he poses a lot of problems for anybody in that division, especially somebody that would be given the fight on such short notice like Mark Hunt or Dan Henderson. I think this poses a lot of problems for them. Now, I don't think that realistically either of them should get the title shot right now. I think what they should do is if Junior is going to have to fight, I mean, there's so many different names out there that you could do. You could do have that night be a little tournament, and the winner of the tournament gets to fight Junior. I don't know what they can do, but I don't think that Dan Henderson stepping in at a massive weight disadvantage. And again, Dan Henderson has a right hand that could kill, and I love Dan Henderson. He's a legend in the sport, and I want to see him compete. And I think if he does, as I said, I'll support him. And same thing with Mark Hunt. I'll definitely support him. I'm always a supporter of Mark Hunt, but somebody with an 8-7 record, who would be 9-7 if they won the title. Now, not to say the records mean a lot, because Randy, and Chuck, they don't have flawless records at all by any means, and they're legends. So, I don't think that this is a movie, and I think people are thinking this Cinderella story is going to come to fruition. It's going to grow. It's really tough for Mark Hunt to be Junior Dos Santos. Stylistically, it's a tough fight for him. Junior Dos Santos is young, he's fresh, he's hungry, he's ready to go, and I think Junior is going to adapt a little bit better to a fight on such short notice than I think Mark would perhaps. Now, I know Mark has stones, and I know he'll get in there if he's called upon to fight, and I mean, all the power to him. As I said, you know, Mark Hunt is a legend in the sport too, so it's definitely tough. It sucks that Alistair Overeem needed to do what he did and put the UFC, Dana, Lorenzo, Joe Silva, and all the fans in this situation based upon his reasons. I don't know. He still hasn't said anything as to why he did what he did or what's going on with him. But I really feel like, you know, Alistair Overeem, if Alistair Overeem doesn't get a minimum of a year suspension, I think that that's a complete farce in comparison when you have guys that, you know, have done it and have gotten a year. Chael Sonnen got a year. Nate Marquardt was released for high TRT levels, and he was like a point high. He wasn't 12 points high. You know what I mean? So that's my opinion on that. There's a lot of guys that have been cut, and there's a lot of guys that take it because they need it. I don't think that Alistair Overeem's in a situation where he needs to have that much testosterone in him. I don't think any human is. Me and 12 other guys could jump inside of Alistair Overeem's body, and that's how much testosterone he has. So it's pretty crazy. Now, hopefully this fight goes down, and I hope Junior gets a great opponent. I can't wait to see this card. I think it's still stacked, regardless of even if you took the Junior fight out. I think it's still a stacked card, and I still think they could do really well. But bro, 12 people's testosterone in your body is crazy, and it really puts him into a ton of perspective of Nick Diaz. I mean, he smoked a joint or two a couple days before his fight. Alistair Overeem had the testosterone of 12 men and 2 midgets inside of him. So seems a little bit crazy, and it definitely puts into perspective that you know, and even King Mo, his levels were a little bit high. This is nuts, man. 12 people inside of you. I can't believe that. So anyways, that's it for me. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe to the channel, share the video, retweet the video, do all that fun stuff, and we'll talk to you guys real soon. Have a great week, guys.